go on this computer. Yep, that's working. All right, thank you. All right. Before we get to the point of questions, there is a message I must pass on. And this message is not for anybody here, but someone who will listen to the recording. And I must pass you to another for this message. This message is for Charlotte. Charlotte, you're listening. I think you're in Denmark. We spoke recently, and I've got to give you a little bit about your progress, what exercise you got to do for me. You would understand it, love. All right, I want you to sit in meditation 2 times 20 minutes. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Building your way up to 30 minutes and 30 minutes. And both of them should be, as near as possible, done close to sunrise and sunset. A little bit difficult for you, but sunrise and sunset are the best times. When you sit in this meditation, I want you to build love. Build love in your heart and start to feel it. And we're going to add some love to it. And you'll start to feel the intensity of energy. And we want to disturb some of the stuff trapped inside you. So you might feel a shift in the emotions, love. All right. So then we're going to take the exercise still further. If you can shoot a message to this medium in a couple of days' time, and I'll send you a bit more. All right. I'll get him to do a recording or something. All right, love. I'm going. See ya. We shall hear more from him later. But over the last few weeks, we have looked at developing a spiritual path. We have looked at periods of reflection and periods of meditation, be it reflection based on a phrase or a mantra, or even a recorded guided message. We have also looked at exercise to remind you, to bring you back to your quality of your spiritual nature. And the exercises that were given were meant in part to bring you back to your nature, as I have said, but they needed to be done regularly. So, as promised, I offer myself open to questions on this development, on either observations or queries that you may have. So do you have anything you would like to ask?
There doesn't seem to be any questions at the moment, Ignatius.
So, those which are developing their spiritual gifts will need to work with 2 aspects. They are either heart-based people or mind-based people. And if you remember, we intended to bring both of these 2 veils together into the talk today, to make it a single talk. The reason is both of these in essence are mind-based. We could split them into two very different talks, and we could split them still further and then further. But today we will bring them together as one. I think many of you would realize that you are either a heart-based or a head-based person. And the heart seems to be your guiding light. And this guiding light can lead you to both rewards, but also lead you to points of pain. And it is the same with those which follow the head-based direction. Each person will have an element of both, but some are more one than the other. So heart-based people, this veil, this blockage, this path is often called Vijnamaya Kosha. Again, those following yoga or other things such as Ayurveda would understand this at other depths. The yoga I talk about is not just the physical movement, but also the philosophy of yoga, particularly Patanjali's yoga. Now, so the heart-based people, at times their heart is either open or closed. You will feel your heart working with you and driving you forward with just feelings of what you would like to accomplish. There may be feelings of what is going on for people, feelings of needing to do certain things, and feelings that there is something that needs to be satisfied within you. The heart people would feel that there is a calling that they cannot find. They go searching for it within their emotions and at times block their emotions. Heart-based people, of course, need to be quite open-hearted, and if by any reason they choose to close their heart, they do not feel genuine. Those following the heart will also then look for methods of healing, methods of service, methods of helping others. In essence, they are following a path of working with others to heal themselves. It is often said for those following the courses of mediumship and psychic work and healing work and other things that their mission is to help others. This, of course, is very noble, but it should be seen in its correct light. You will find that many on this path are quite damaged internally, the phrase would be. They're working through their own pain. If you find you have a calling to do this, then look internally of why. Why do I need to help others? In some cases, some people will be driven to do things by internal feelings. I just feel like I need to go here. Again, this may not be wrong, but rather it may be a draw away. And those which are heart-based may feel that they wish to satisfy this burning light within them of needing to be elsewhere. Heart-based people can be dissatisfied with their current situation and seek to change it. As I've said, every person will have an element of being heart-based, but not all will be heart-driven. If you are a heart-based person, then you would think the exercise would be to serve others, to find a charity, a disability to look after. Heart-based people, as I've said, would be a service to others, and you would think that is what I would tell you, go serve another. But how does that work if the person that you wish to serve is also a pure spirit? Why do they need rescuing, helping? This alone is a topic for much conversation. So the true exercise for anybody that is driven that way, and the exercise also for those which want to run away from their life or run away from a situation in their life. And the exercise for you would be, why? What am I trying to satisfy internally? Where is my pain that I am trying to alleviate by satisfying something external? So if you wish to run away, if you wish to change, if you wish to heal, why? If you are heart-based and you are an experienced meditator, then you should reflect on God is love. Now, to those which are head-based, mind-based, Manamaya Kosha, if you are interested in a Sanskrit name. If you are head-based, you will generally be driven by what I know, the facts I have, the knowledge I have learned, the experiences that I have done. I know the correct way to do this. I have learned that if you do it this way, this is the best result. These people often have a need for control. And you can find those which are narcissistic will have a desire both for control because they know better. Look at your life if you are mind-driven. You can find that your life will be more and more limited by what you know, limited by what you understand the way things work. You have a desire for satisfying this internal quest for knowledge. Yet you can also be very much fear-based when you do not understand something. When you do not understand the way it works, or why I have this, or what I must do, you will compare other minds to your mind. And you will not concede easily on something which you know or believe to be true. So if you know red is red, you will not question it with another who thinks it's a particular type of red. Here you feel very defensive over what you know. This is the correct way, it is my way, or the highway. Here you may like, let's say, formulas or different bits which makes you stand out, different understanding. And you may wish to know the way spirit work, the way mediumship works, the way life works. Control, of course, is something which you cannot have, but you must feel like you have. It is difficult at times for those which are head-based to come fully into mediumship, which can be heart-based. Those which do this, their biggest blockages can be fear and stress. If you are truly on this path of mediumship and you are a head-based person, at some stage you will have to let go of what you know and the stresses in your life. Of course, information is not wrong, but information can be very limiting. If you believe everything comes down to the binary numbers of 0 and 1, then of course everything is answered by 0 or 1. And then there is little room for things like love. Again, those which are head-based, or mind-based, I should say, then you do have a heart. You do have an emotion heart. You are capable of love. You do not always allow yourself to fully love because it is a step away from your mind. Now, within you all right now, you may be saying to yourself that one way is better or worse than the other way, that, let's say, heart-based is either better or worse than mind-based. It is not the case. Both can be their own trap. Both can mean that you wallow within your side and never venture to the other side. If you wish to use a more physical term, you are either left brain or right brain. And if you are one or the other, you may resist the opposite. Mind-based people do not like the wishy-washiness of heart. Heart-based people may not like the dry coldness of mind. Or that is the way you may perceive it. Of course, as I started with, both could warrant their own session today. So just as heart-based people should reflect on God is love, mind-based people should reflect on God is knowledge. It is a useful exercise for all to do. Say the phrase very loudly within your mind and sit and watch for what answer comes. Now you can see that if both are working correctly, then there is a balance between two sides of the mind. But there is deeper. There is further to go. If you can sit in meditation, can you find your mind? Again, another topic for another day. So with time on your hand and time of using these skills, we can further enhance our periods of reminder. We commenced with each time you walk through a door. Now, each time, forgive me, then each time you sat down. The days will challenge you more. But it is more simple. Not necessarily more easy, but I ask you to do nothing in essence. Your exercise should be to just watch yourself talk. Now, I am not asking you to change anything. I am asking you to watch. Are you relating to others through your heart, through your head, or from somewhere else? There are a few here listening, in attendance, and I would suggest there are others who are listening to the future, who through some study would understand the levels of speech. Where do you speak from? And if you remember this topic that I have spoken to you about, then you will see similarities. Now, by watching yourself speak, you will notice that at times you are just quite habitually answering questions. With a little bit of understanding, you may then decide to recognize that you are working at times with heart or head. Forgive me, mind. Come to your own conclusion, which you are. There are some who will be surprised by their answer if they are truthful. And then if you are so willing, you may then think of one of your 5 phrases before you engage in discussion and see if it changes your discussion. So if you're peace, joy, awareness, love, or truth person, build that feeling inside and see if your discussion changes. So you may evolve the exercise if you wish. Now, let us go a bit further. The point with this, the path we are on in these talks, the reason for this discussion, is for you to understand that you are neither heart-based or mind-based, but rather you are just using those to satisfy what you perceive to be a need, but they are not truly you. We are journeying towards an understanding of spirit. We are journeying towards this spirit by removing some of the, well, if you wish to call them obstacles, then so be it. So today's talk is a little more intense, a little less soft. It is full of knowledge, I hope. I hope it's satisfying heart and mind people. But it is pointing you in a direction, the direction of awareness of who you are and why you may act to some degree. Now, I have not requested at any time for you to change. I have not requested you to stop this, start that. We have introduced exercises of a manner which will be reminding. reaffirming, bringing you back to joy, peace, awareness, truth, love. Of course, it is up to you if you do the exercises or not. It is up to you if you wish to walk this path or not now. My opening discussions were, you will walk this path now or later. Your soul is already on this journey to find its spirit. The soul's evolution through its realm is to find the very thing that we are talking about now. Hence I say, you will walk this path at some time. So hence, I offer you and ask you to be aware. The awareness will give you choice. From awareness comes creation, manifestation. Again, a topic for another day. So I'd like to just repeat two elements. If you are heart-based, why are you trying to heal the world? Or why are you trying to run away? What is it you are trying to heal by running away? If you are mind-based, why is it the acquiring of knowledge satisfies fears? What are you worried about by not knowing? A truly open mind can have choices and options in any direction. A mind which knows and holds on to that knowledge is limited, because it knows no alternative. So therefore there is fear there by not knowing. So next week we will look at what happens when you move past these into the state of bliss, utter joy. If you wish, you may call it the way of devotion. We will continue our discussions. Again, some questions and answers, should you wish to ask any then. And some understanding. Now, in 2 weeks' time, I will be introducing something new. A new way of learning, a new way of being educated. My medium does not know this way. It will be new to him also. He knows of something coming, some change, and he's bouncing ideas within his mind which never fully settle, which are never satisfying, and knows that no, they are not correct, they are not right. So he knows of the desire to move forward, but nothing more. And I think one or two of you may even have had some discussions on ideas which have not fully developed or manifested. Now, these ideas, when they come in 2 weeks' time, have been sent from Spirit to the world. And they will be picked up by those which are attuned correctly. Rather like different minds on opposite side of the world working on the same experiment or the same conclusion to an experiment. But this, of course, is 2 weeks' time from now. So please remember your exercises if you wish to follow them. Please undertake, if you wish, the reflection of why you want to know or why you want to either heal or run away. What are you trying to fix or compensate? Now, with that in mind, it is time for me to leave. I believe I will be talking to a few of you soon. God bless you all. Until next week.